All right, class. So today we're talking about 3.5. 3.5 is talking about two-step equations. Basically, it's just you're gonna have to do either two-step equations are basically. Let me start my timer real quick because I'm gonna forget. Where is my clock? Right here. So two-step equations are basically where you're gonna have to do a plus or a minus. You're gonna have to want to do those, and a multiplication and division. So you're gonna have to do one of these, then one of these. So, and it goes in that order: first, second. Very rarely do you do it the other order. That does happen. I'm trying to see if there's gonna be any here. Yeah, there are gonna be some instances where that does happen. It's just you'll see. You'll see that. So we're gonna get started. There's 3 parts. I'm gonna do a good amount because I kind of feel bad because there's like a lot of homework in here. So numbers 2 through 5. All I'm gonna say is you want to talk about the first step. So in most cases, you're just gonna pay attention. Again, first step is this one, so it's either gonna be a multiplication or division. Or actually, no, not in all cases. I take it back because some of these, like these here, are one-step equations. So yeah, they're not all gonna happen like that. So anyways, let's talk about number 8. This is part 1. Number 8, I have 17 equals 5k minus 2. Again, we want to do adding and subtracting first. So I see that minus 2, so I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So I'm going to add 2 here, add 2 here, cancels out here. You're going to be left with 5k. On the right side, that's going to get you 19k. So pretty straightforward, right? Second step, we're going to multiply or divide. So in this case, I have a number next to a letter. That means I'm multiplying, so I'm going to divide. I'm actually going to circle what we did. So we added, and now we're dividing. So we're going to divide by 5, divide by 5, cancels out here. Unfortunately, this is going to get us a decimal, so it's either going to be 19 over 5. I'm not going to change that. It doesn't, this is an improper fraction. Read the directions. I don't know if what it wants. So it might take this, or it might take a mixed number. So remember, mixed number is just going to be mixed number. Mixed number is just going to be 19 divided by 5. So it goes in about 3 times, and that's going to be 15 minus gets you 4. So this is going to be 3 4/5. K equals. So it's either going to take this one. You could put that one or that one. Either one works. Just read the directions to see if whether they want a mixed number or it doesn't say anything at all. All right, so let's talk about number 10. Number 10, we do have decimals here. So this one, you are going to have to do a little bit of math. I'm just going to block this off and do it that way. Let's see here, stickies, blank, whoops. Let's just make it a little thin. That's much better. So here, again, first step is adding or subtracting. So here I'm going to see, I got a subtraction problem. So I'm going to subtract. Ooh, that one curved. That's cool. So I'm going to subtract 0.16 or 16.2. What I do on one side, remember you want to keep it balanced. So I'm actually going to line it up just so it comes out a little bit nicer. So 16.2. I'm going to have to use a calculator on this one because that one's going to be a little bit interesting. So let me pull out a calculator. So I'm going to type in 1.6 minus 16.2. That's going to get me negative 14.6. Cancels out here. You're going to be left with 8n. Now you're going to have to do some math here. That's your second step. So your second step is going to be multiplying or dividing. Here we're going to divide by 8. Divide by 8. That's going to get me n equals. So that divided by 8, we're going to get negative 1.825. Now, the reason why I kept this as a decimal is because there was a decimal already in it. If there was no decimal in there in the fraction, then I would keep it as a fraction. But in this case, it was already a decimal, so we're going to keep it as decimal. So that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, these are getting us ugly numbers, I know, but it's just the way it is sometimes, right? So hopefully this helps. I don't think all of them are going to be like that. I hope not. No, not all of them. Okay, so that just about covers part one. Let's talk about part B. Or part A, then now we're going to talk about part B. So for part B, I'm going to talk about number 18. So I don't know the choices that they have on big ideas, but I'm going to pay attention to my steps here. So remember, the first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of that 16. So it looks like, they divided by 2 here. So they were dividing by 2. So the mistake was that they divided by 2. So here's this mistake. They were dividing by 2. You can divide by 2. The problem is if you want to divide by 2, you have to divide by 2. You have to divide by 2 on all terms. So you're going to have to look for the choice that says that one. You have to divide by 2 on all terms. So like this one also has to be divided by 2 on all terms. We don't do it this way very often because, to be honest, it's a little complicated, but it works. So like if you were to divide by 2, what would end up happening is you'll get negative 3 plus x equals negative 5, which ends up working really, really nicely because x equals negative 2. You can do it the other way and you'll still get the same answer, x equals negative 2. It does not matter, you guys. It does not matter. So either way works, you guys. Either way works. So that's 18. 21. I'm gonna do 2 fraction problems just because I know fractions are hard for us. So I'm gonna do this, some fraction problems with you guys. So here I have a over 4 minus 5 over 6 equals negative 1/2. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to do some math here. I'm gonna add 5 over 6, and then I'm gonna add 5 over 6. So I'm going to get a over 4 equals, and that I'm going to have to do some math off to the side. So negative 1/2 plus 5 over 6. Remember, I want common denominators. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to manipulate the 2 to make it become a 6. So that's going to get me 3 over 6, negative 3 over 6 plus 5 over 6. 6's stay the same. Top part, negative 3 plus 5, gets me 2. This works out a lot nicer. Now, this is division, so I'm going to multiply. Oh, let's do a different color. Let's do green. Multiply by 4, right? Multiply by 4. 4's cancel out. You're left with an A on the left side. On the right side, I'm going to multiply straight across. You can cross cancel if you want. I'm not going to because I know some of you guys don't like it. So I'm going to do 8 on the top, 6 on the bottom. I can simplify that though. So don't keep it like that. Simplify it. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. A equals 4 over 3. There's my answer. 4 over 3. So if I went a little too fast, rewatch it. I highly recommend that you rewatch it. Okay? So you get 4 over 3. So it's still the same steps. I know it's fractions. I know it can be tough, but you're going to do the same steps as we did before. Okay? So we'll do another one. Let's do this one right here. So I got negative 9 over 4 v plus 4 over 5 equals 7 over 8. So same idea. Okay? Remember, first step is going to be you're going to add or subtract. I have addition here, so I'm going to subtract. So minus 4 over 5 minus 4 over 5. So the left side's going to cancel out. You'll get negative 9 over 4 v. Right side, I'm going to do it off to the side. So I got 7 over 8 minus 4 over 5. So this one you are going to have to do some math. So I'm going to just, to make my life easy, I'm going to multiply the left side with 5, multiply the right side with 4. No, just not 4, just kidding. 8, multiply by 8. I'm going to get 40 on the bottom. Works. Top, I'm going to get 35. And then, don't forget the minus, and then 32. Okay, this gets you a really nice number. That's going to get you 3 over 40. Unfortunately, yes, I know it looks really ugly because it's like a big number with a small number, but it's just the way it is, right? So now I got a v here. So the second step is multiply or divide. Now, I have a fraction here, so we have to remember about 3.4. When you have a fraction, what you're going to do is you're going to flip it. So I'm going to do the math right here. So negative 9 over 4 flip is now negative 4 over 9, right? So that's what I'm going to multiply with. Negative 4 over 9 times negative 4 over 9. Cancels out, cancels out. V equals. Now, the right side, you're going to have to do some math, unfortunately. You can cross cancel. I would do that. I just know you guys don't like it. That's going to get me negative 12. Bottom's going to get me a really ugly number, 360. I know, really big. Now, this one, I'm going to tell you now, 12 goes into 360. I just know it. It's a very easy pattern. You learn it as you progress in math. So 12 just goes into 60, so I'm going to do 60 divided by 12. Do that in your calculator. Double check with me. I got 30. Make sure you got 32. If not, I messed up. Or you messed up, I should say. So divide by 12, divide by 12, right? V equals negative 1 on the top. On the bottom, you get 30. And there's your answer. Yes, unfortunately, we got some fractions here. My apologies, but it's just the way it is, right? So that covers part 2. We're done with part 2. Part 3. Part 3, a little bit difficult, but it's, again, doable. You guys can do it. So we're going to talk about this word problem here. You have to write the equation and solve. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to try to write the equations to the best of my ability, but it might be wrong. I'll let you guys know in class. I'll make an announcement if it's right or wrong. But anyways, so a cell phone company charges a monthly fee plus 0.25 for each text messages. The monthly fee is $30 and you owe $59.50. How many text messages do you have? So it's a monthly fee plus, okay, so monthly fee, and then it's plus, right, because the word plus, and then 0.25. But they say that the monthly fee is $30. Now here's the thing, monthly fee means that you're paying it not once, not twice, but every month. We don't know how long this is, right? This could be like, where maybe you try out Sprint for a year and your parents are like, oh no, Sprint's too expensive, let's go to Verizon. And then you try Verizon and then it changes, right? So we don't know how long it is, so we have to put an X. Monthly fee tells me that it changes. It doesn't stop, so we have to put an X there. So this is 30x plus 0.025. And they want us to say that we owe $59.50. So now they want to see, okay, how much do we have? Or how much text messages did we have? So let me double check that I did it correctly. Charge monthly fee plus 0.25. Yeah, it looks good. That's exactly what we want. So, oh, no, just kidding. I messed up. So my apologies. I take this back. So I didn't read this correctly. So it's a monthly fee, which is $30. Monthly fee, if I can spell this correctly. Right, $30. And then 0.25 for each text message. Remember when we say for each, that is multiply. And we don't know how many text messages we have, right? Because we're saying how many. So we're going to call that x. Your book might say said something else. They might say it's t. I don't know what they're going to, or m. So pay attention to big ideas, what letter they want you to use. So this is going to be plus, and then 0.25, and then x. So this is plus 0.25, and then x. There we go. This is like makes a lot more sense now. Okay. Again, first step, we want to get rid of that 30. So I'm going to minus 30, minus, whoops, I made that really ugly, minus 30. Excuse me. Oh, my God. So cancel on the left side. I got 0.25. X equals, and on the right side, I got 29.50. Now I got to do this some division. Unfortunately, whoa, my goodness. Unfortunately, it's going to, oh, I went all the way. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. Give me a sec. That really went far back. I'm going to have to use that calculator on this one because it's a big number. So I'm going to divide 0.25, 0.25. Now 29.50 divided by 0.25. That's going to get me x equals 118. So we used 118 text messages, which, to be honest, is probably how many you guys use in a day. So this is very inaccurate if you ask me. This is like back when I was your guys' age, because y'all do this a lot more than we do. I did. So that's the answer, 118. Now, I think I'm only going to do one. Oh, no, I'm doing two. Okay. So this is where we're going to have to, this is example 3, where we're going to have to do some adding and then multiplying. So here, we're going to have to combine like terms, right? Because they both have a t. So I'm going to do, they both have a t right here. So this is 8, 12, think of this as 12 minus 8. Well, 12 minus 8 is easy. That's just 4. So this is actually going to be 4t equals negative 52. Oh, that's easy, you guys. I can divide right here. So I can divide by 4, right? T equals, now that one's you're gonna have to do some math right there. So I'm gonna have to write it down, 52 divided by 4. That gets me negative 13. There's my answer. Pretty straightforward, right? Now, notice how first step was still adding or subtracting, and the second step, it was still multiplying and dividing. So that's done on purpose. Now the next problem is one of the very few times you're going to have to do it backwards. So you're going to do that for 33 and 34 as well. So here's 32. So this one, you're actually going to go backwards. And the reason why is because of the stinking 6. You can do one of two things. You can distribute the 6 in the inside. It takes you some math, but you can do it. And then you can continue the order of doing adding or subtracting first, then multiplying or dividing. But this is a different, I'm going to show you the easier, faster way, and I think it'll work out a lot better. So I got negative 18. I'm going to divide. So instead of going, my first step in this case is going to be to either multiply or divide. In this case, I'm going to divide. So I'm going to divide by 6. Divide by 6. I want to get rid of that 6 on the outside. So those cancel out, right? Let me do it right here. So then I get x minus 2 equals negative 3. So now my second step is going to be adding or subtracting. In this case, we're going to add. So I'm going to add 2, cancels out. You could be left with x equals negative 1. And that's it. So hopefully this helps you guys out. I know this was a very long video. My apologies. But you guys definitely earned it. I did a lot of problems for you guys. So you guys definitely got some help. I'll see you guys tomorrow.